On this episode, we hit North Florida, then head north of the border.
I'm hungry, man, but I didn't bring my family with me to help. A snack cake stuffed with a candy bar, wrapped in bacon and deep fried. Did we just run the table?
Yeah, baby.
The best brulee I've ever had.
How can you not love this show? I'm Noah Cap. Welcome to Carnival Eats. We're here in Tallahassee, getting ready to enjoy all the state capital has to offer, from Friday night lights and football to fun at the fair. Tallahassee's most magnetic attraction is the North Florida Fair, pulling in over 100,000 people a year. And the food here is definitely a highlight.
Since 2006, Agnes and Steve's outrageous munchies have cultivated a following of fairgoers. Measuring over 2 feet and weighing in at 2.5 pounds, this is the Belly Buster Cheesesteak.
Have you seen this thing yet?
No, I haven't seen it.
Well, it's coming in. Get ready for that. That is the Belly Buster. You're holding it like a baby.
This is my baby. I'm a pretty big eater,
Right.
but I don't think that I can mess with this thing.
Good news is I'm here for you. It's a 25-inch belly-busting Philly cheesesteak.
We started this 15 years ago with a small business, and now we actually tour the country. This year, we were in front of 4.3 million people.
Unbelievable. We're gonna dive into this thing now because we're about to meet Agnes.
Yes, the master chef.
Hi.
What do we do first?
We're gonna be putting out our fresh onions that we sliced up already.
Beautiful.
Now we're gonna bring out some fresh steak.
Look at that. So this is locally sourced, fresh Angus steak.
Yes, sir.
This goes on one sandwich.
This goes on one sandwich.
Homemade steak sauce.
This steak sauce is made with tomatoes, brown sugar, vinegar, and some top secret spices.
The secret spice in the Hungarian community is the Hungarian paprika.
Our classic traditional Philly cheesesteak makes a hard right and takes the highway all the way to Hungary.
Once the steak is cooked through, we warm up this medley of sauteed peppers. To support the 2.5 pounds of steak in this sandwich, they get 25-inch hoagie rolls made especially for them. So, let's start assembling this monster.
It's a sharp cheddar.
Hot, melted.
That's it.
Next, we layer on that seasoned Angus beef, the sauteed peppers and onions, and then it's back to the cheese.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
How are you gonna do this?
I'm hungry, man, but I didn't bring my family with me to help. Maybe if you could brace the back end. Oh, yeah. I mean, it is just a jackpot of flavor. The cheese is delicious, hot and melty. The onions, the peppers are cooked and caramelized and spicy and delicious. The bread is soft, fluffy, puffy, and amazing. But the steak, not only is it cooked perfectly, but it is hit with those Hungarian spices. I'm no longer hungry, but I'm feeling the brotherly love.
The steak is perfect, awesome seasoning. This is good fair food.
There's a burst of flavors with the onions and the veggies, and then the steak is delicious. My goodness. Oh!
Oxtail is a soul food classic, and it's a favorite of folks at this fair. Reverend Larry is always happy to please the masses with his oxtail.
Might as well try it.
Oxtail is great, man.
I have had Reverend Larry's oxtails before.
So you came today with a mission.
Yes, sir. Give me some oxtails.
It is very rare in life, let alone on this show, that I can say that we're gonna eat something that I have never had before. We're making Reverend Larry's oxtail. What is the deal with oxtail in Florida?
If you're going out to a soul food restaurant, they ain't got oxtail, most people will walk back out the door.
It's that important on the menu.
That's important.
So not only do you have to know how to make this, but you gotta be making it right.
Right.
We've got to start this process, and I see a fresh piece of oxtail, so I'm assuming we gotta chop this thing up.
You want to try it?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the technique?
You hold it with one hand and you just chop. Zero. But you need to hit it hard.
All right, Larry, I'm gonna hit it so hard. Come on, Larry. World's strongest man, Noah Cap, Carnival Eats.
All right.
Knowing that I would probably botch this, you had gone ahead and cut up a whole bunch of pieces.
Yes.
What is the next step from here?
You take a potato and you peel it.
How many potatoes go into one of these stews?
About 5.
what are we doing now?
Ready for the pot.
All right, Larry, we've got this water already boiling, and it looks like we've got some seasoning already in there.
You got seasoned salt, chicken season, black pepper, and Italian season. You take the oxtail and you put it in the water.
It's already gonna start to infuse those flavors. Oxtail, check. Seasonings, check.
Potato time.
How long does this simmer?
About 3 to 4 hours.
Word is you've got a batch of this that's ready to go.
Yes, sir.
So how do we build Reverend Larry's oxtail?
You got the rice with some vegetables in it.
Carrots, we got peas, we got corn, we got green beans.
And the oxtail itself. And a little juice.
We top it off with a dusting of paprika.
Smells good, it looks good.
Ready to eat.
I obviously gotta start right here with a piece of this oxtail. When you bite into it, it just breaks away. The stewing process has softened it up, tenderized it all, and you're hit with nothing but juice, flavor. The rice with those veggies is the perfect combination on this dish. That's my first bite of oxtail ever. I'm an oxtail man. You got me, Larry.
I got you.
Put me on the list.
All right.
This is great.
It's very seasoned. I like that about it.
Good stuff.
Really tender, really moist, and just good.
Coming up,
Trust me when I tell you, you're gonna be happy about it.
Chocolate in it and the bacon on top.
When in doubt, bacon it out. We're here at the North Florida Fair, making a little show we call Carnival Eats. Up next is a little dish that packs a big explosion. Oh, you got it, kid. Is there a reverse on this?
the Taylor family has been wowing fairgoers with their tantalizing treats for 30 years. Yulia married into the family, and she's continuing the tradition. Get ready for the Bacon Blast.
You went with a snack cake stuffed with a candy bar wrapped in bacon and deep fried.
Like, I don't see how you can go wrong.
Like a whole lot of heaven.
We're making a bacon blast. You don't even know what that means, but trust me when I tell you, you're gonna be happy about it. This is Yulia. People know this family, know the food you guys do.
Every year we try to come up with something new to please our customers. And this year, not just dessert items put together, we try to put a new spin on it. Put a little bacon.
I mean, when in doubt, bacon it out.
All right, first thing first. We take the tasty cake and then slice it about 3/4 of the way. Very nice, look at that cut.
Now, what do we do?
Now we put the candy bar inside it.
How can you not love this show?
Just like that.
How's that gonna stay in there? Is it not just gonna roll out? What? I mean, I walked right into that one. We're gonna use bacon.
To hold it together.
To wrap it up.
That's right.
What do we do next?
We have to freeze it.
So when we deep fry it,
Right.
it doesn't break apart.
Yes.
But Yulia has a batch that's already frozen and ready for the fryer.
We have to dip it in the batter first.
What kind of batter is that?
Sweet funnel cake batter. Our own recipe that our family developed, and we are the only ones who use it. And we put it in the oil very carefully, and then we'll let it cook for a moment, and then very carefully we'll flip it, and then see how it starts firming up on the side.
Right.
Okay, now look at that. It's golden brown. You can see the bacon picking through.
Oh, we're actually finding a way to make this thing even better.
Powdered sugar first.
And then more bacon on the outside.
Yes, of course.
That is so good. Puffy, fluffy, amazing sweet funnel cake batter. Melted chocolate, vanilla cream filling. And then after all of that sweetness, you get hit with that salt from the bacon. It is the perfect sweet, salty combination. In 3, 2, 1, we have bacon blast off.
It's like perfect mix of like chocolate, and you get that bacon in there.
It's kind of funnel cakey, but with some candy bar goodness.
If I was small enough, you can get inside that and lay down.
It's so good.
Los Angeles native Jimmy started cooking professionally 5 years ago, bringing his unique Mexican flavors to fairgoers. In a tie for spicy and savory, these are the Dead Heat Tacos.
Are you ready for the heat?
I'm ready.
Are you ready for the dead heat?
I love Mexican. My favorite food.
That's the formula for a great day. Jimmy, we're making the Dead Heat Taco.
Yes, sir. I grew up on tacos, literally.
Right.
I know what it takes to make a great taco.
Jimmy, let's get this thing started.
We're gonna start off with some chicken breast, nicely diced. Inside 2 cups of orange juice. I've got some special blend here, spices, onions, cilantro, bay leaves, garlic. Shake it up a little bit.
Yeah, shake it up.
I'll put this away in the refrigerator for about an hour.
We dive into Jimmy's raspberry habanero sauce. Take 2 cups of mayo, cooked raspberries, cream cheese, 3 smoked habanero peppers, and vinegar.
Blend everything up.
Look at the color that this thing's starting to take.
There we go.
So this is the chicken that we soaked in that orange juice, that had a chance to marinate in all that spice, all that seasoning. You can actually see that seasoning in there because it's really soaked into the meat.
Now, we hit the chicken with Jimmy's legendary 2-second delayed chipotle sauce.
I have to experience. It's creamy and
This is the first recipe I've tried that has a built-in time delay. It starts out smooth and creamy, and 2 seconds later, hits you with the heat.
I imagine that you don't need a lot of it.
There you go. We can add some tortillas right here on the grill. Warm them up, that's all we want to do. Chicken's about ready.
Oh, yeah.
And we're ready to do some tacos.
All right, let's build this
All
thing.
right, we got a tortilla here.
Chicken loaded in first.
We got the teriyaki glazed cabbage. That's Asian inspired.
We're globetrotters.
Now we're doing the traditional cilantro and onion and a little bit of cotija cheese.
Mexican cheese.
And then the raspberry habanero.
And that is a dead heat taco. Wow. This thing is as good as a taco's gonna get. That chicken is awesome because you get that acidic element from the orange juice into that beautiful pop of the teriyaki with that crunchy slaw, from the cilantro to that cheese, from the beautiful raspberry sauce with that habanero, adding that fire, adding that heat. Don't mind me, I'm going back in.
Chicken is so savory. The raspberry is amazing.
You gotta have one.
Coming up.
Oh my goodness.
Can you smell that?
I can smell it, I can see it. Now I need to taste it. Welcome back to Carnival Eats. We're here in the historic town of Erin, Ontario. Founded in 1850, this small town is surrounded by farms. And here at the fair, you'll find tons of local product.
June will be our tour guide for our next dish, which is so good it requires the entire Erin Agricultural Society to put it together. It's the AG Apple Dumpling.
You have a delicious treat here.
Thanksgiving in a bowl.
What are you thankful for?
Good food.
They make it special here at the Erin Fall Fair. We come from far and away for this one.
These apples might just be the best in Ontario.
Absolutely.
It's a bold statement,
Perhaps the world.
but that was an even bolder one. What's the first station? Where are we going?
We have to make our pastry dough first.
Okay. Let's go.
I'd like to introduce my sister, Carol. This is actually her original recipe.
Wow.
We combine all-purpose flour with lard.
Get that mixed in. Now you're gonna put your liquid in there.
That's 1 egg, 2 tablespoons of white vinegar, and a cup of water.
Just mix that all up. You can start feeling it coming together
Yeah, becoming dough.
and just start making your ball. So we're done. And I'd like to introduce you to Eleanor.
Thanks, June. This is what we're gonna stuff inside of the dumpling?
Yes, it is.
Let's do this.
We have brown sugar, margarine, vanilla, and cinnamon. And that's our filling.
What's next?
Apples.
We peel and core the apples with Andrew.
I'd imagine that picking the apple is a big part of this process.
Yeah, we use Ida Reds, Empire, and Cortland apples, locally grown. We first take an apple, cut off both the top and the bottom, put it on our little machine here.
All right.
And just turn.
Oh, look at this machine.
Now, pull your apple off.
Look at that, a little accordion.
Next, we join a full-on assembly line and roll out the dough we made earlier.
We're gonna center the apple in roughly the middle of the pastry.
Time to stuff that sugary filling into the apple.
Cut out the corners so it's roughly a cross shape.
The apple is wrapped up with the dough, using water to seal the edges.
We can throw in embellishments.
Oh, that's cute.
Now it's an apple dumpling.
Finally, Tim walks us through the baking process.
We have to put an egg wash on. It helps hold the top pastry together and helps the sugar stick to it.
Oh, all right.
And then we put on our turbinado sugar on top. It's a sugar in the raw. All right, time for the oven.
After 45 minutes in the oven, we top off the finished dumpling with warm caramel sauce.
Oh, look at this. The pastry is flaky. Everything soaked in caramel doesn't hurt. And then those apples, which are warm, crunchy, tart, packed full of sugar. That's better than apple pie.
The caramel, it's so gooey and delicious. I love it.
There's a party in my mouth.
Sweet, gooey center, crispy, fantastic.
Did we just run the table?
Yeah, baby.
Jeff Thornton is a local business owner. For the last 4 years, he's been dishing up deliciousness at the fair. At the top of his impressive menu are his pork belly sliders.
How can you go wrong? You've got it all.
I heard pork belly, and how can I say no? I don't really understand what all that is.
Well, there's only one way to find out. Going back a bunch of years ago, I feel like I didn't even know what a slider was.
Yeah.
And now it's kind of...
Everyone's doing it, right?
But not everyone's doing it right.
Yeah, you got it, you got it.
Thornton, I am jacked up for this one, man. It's right in front of us. We have this beautiful pork belly.
So what I've done, I've just taken a knife and I've just scored it a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna salt this bad boy.
So we're working it into those scores.
Yeah.
Now it goes into this applewood smoker for 2 hours.
Hello. Now we've got that pork belly smoked.
Absolutely. And we're gonna slice it up.
It looks like bacon.
But it's gonna have more flavor than normal bacon. So we're gonna take these, we're gonna throw them in the fryer.
Oh my goodness.
Look at that. Can you smell that? That's
I can
delicious.
smell it. I can see it. Now I need to taste it.
Oh, we gotta make our own barbecue sauce.
We got a sauce to make.
This sauce starts off with a standard barbecue sauce base. Then we add some hoppy beer, sweet tamarind sauce, and balsamic vinegar.
Let's get this going.
Into that sauce.
So we're just gonna get this glazed a bit.
And it's time to build some sliders. Fresh brioche buns, crispy lettuce, local organic tomatoes, Havarti cheese, and of course, our smoked fried pork belly. The finishing touch, a spicy lime aioli.
There you are.
Look at this. Soft, beautiful bun. The crunch of the lettuce, tomato, the cheese, the barbecue sauce is sweet, the creaminess of the mayo. I mean, all the flavors are perfect. But listen, that pork belly, the fact that you get that smoky taste, but you've also got that crispy crunch from the fryer, this is a winner, man.
That's amazing.
There's actually vegetables in here.
A very rare thing on Carnival Eats.
The taste is dynamite. It explodes in your mouth.
I would say you gotta eat this pork belly.
Coming up.
Who doesn't love creme brulee?
It's the epitome of fall.
Should I weld something while we're at it? We're here at the Erin County Fair, where some of the biggest, baddest veggies compete for a chance to win the blue ribbon. But somebody once told me that size doesn't always matter.
Pam is a chef, well known for her local Erin eateries. This year, she's sharing a fall inspiration. It's her Crackle lanterns.
It's creme brulee in a mini pumpkin. It's the epitome of fall. What is better than this?
Something about the pumpkin attracted me.
You've always had a weakness for pumpkin.
Who doesn't love creme brulee?
I've yet to meet somebody.
This is our first year at the fair, and we wanted to do something just a little bit different. So we decided to take a classic and to just spice it up with a little bit of pumpkin.
I love it.
Awesome, let's get this done.
Let's do it. What is the first step to making the Crackle lantern?
We're gonna make a classic custard. We have some light brown sugar, some all-purpose flour, a little bit of salt. We've got 5 egg yolks here, 45% cream. Just mix that up together. So we're just gonna set that aside. Then in our pot, we're gonna take pumpkin puree, some milk, a little bit of vanilla, Saigon cinnamon. It's not your regular cinnamon, just has a little bit of extra kick to it.
Yeah, she didn't lie.
Nutmeg, allspice, a little bit of cloves. Oh, look at that. Now, we have to temper our egg and sugar mixture. Tempering really is just a fancy way of saying that you're cooking the egg. Take just a little bit of the hot milk mixture, add it to the cold eggs.
Okay.
When that is just a little bit warm, we're gonna add it all back into the hot milk mixture. So you want it to get really thick. It's just beneath a boil.
Right. How we looking?
This is our custard.
And we're gonna serve this custard inside a little pumpkin.
Absolutely, look at this, isn't that adorable?
Super cute.
Pam hollows out these miniature pumpkins and boils them to soften the insides.
We get these from our local country crops guy.
You have a pumpkin guy.
I have a pumpkin guy.
After filling our pumpkins, the custard is refrigerated for 2 hours.
Now, you've got some that have been in the fridge for a couple hours and are ready to go.
I do.
What's next?
A little bit of sugar. We've got our torch.
Look at me. Should I weld something while we're at it? Look at it. Crystallize and soak inside.
Exactly. Okay, we have one more step. Little bit of garnish to finish it off.
What is that?
Pumpkin seed brittle.
Get it in there.
Get it in.
Oh. It's so thick and rich and creamy. The crunch from that sugar on the top, the cinnamon, the nutmeg, and the fact that this is served in this little pumpkin is the cutest, coolest thing I've ever seen. It's brulee, it's pumpkin pie, it's the best of both worlds.
Oh, this is fantastic.
I like this crispy stuff.
Who doesn't like crispy stuff?
Crunchy top into like pumpkin pie.
This might be the best brulee I've ever had.
That's a wrap on today.
From the dead heat tacos to the pork belly sliders, those apple dumplings to the belly buster.
I'm Noah Cap, and I'm thankful for everything we ate. I'll see you next time on Carnival Eats.